Hey guys, welcome to our podcast. It is, this is the 19th?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Oh
We got it wrong last time.
Yeah, last time we
nothing-
said 17, but it was 18. So.
Yeah, because we're nothing but fucking idiots.
Yeah, well guys, we apologize for that, but this is the 19th episode of SuperMegaCast. Can't believe we've recorded that many episodes.
Celebrate when we get to 20.
Okay, yeah. I'm preemptively celebrating. But I am Matt Watson, and
This is Ryan McGee.
there you go.
This
This right there.
thing right here is
Beautiful husk of a man.
it's like a husk of corn.
Wouldn't mind popping some of that corn. And speaking of popcorn, we saw a movie this week. And what movie was that, Ryan?
Unfortunately, it was Blair Witch, and this is the third installment in the quote-unquote franchise.
Was it
just Blair Witch? Yeah,
That's it?
because the first one was called the Blair Witch Project. The other one was like the Blair Witch Shadow, the Book of Shadows.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, the first Blair Witch movie was like one of my first scary movies I ever saw. I watched it with my friend Josh in like fourth grade when I slept over at his house.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying, but really good. And I don't know. I've always like held it at this really high standard. And then seeing this one, I went into this one like hoping it wouldn't be bad, but it was awful. And it was
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like the direction they went with the witch, quote unquote. I don't know, the first one. I've seen clips and stuff on YouTube. I'm not gonna act like I know how the first one played out, but safe to say, spoilers exist, and I have acquired information. So the first one seemed more just kind of like you hear snaps every now and then in the woods. You hear like a little scream every now and then. But in this one, it's more like a Tyrannosaurus Rex has entered the vicinity of the woods of the Blair Witch.
Yeah, it sounds like Godzilla. That's what you leaned over during the movie, and you were like, "Why is the Blair Witch Godzilla?"
Because it was moving, like it sounded like trees were moving
Yeah,
in
you hear like
mass
trees
quantities.
cracking, and then like,
Then it was just like,
yeah, like that, and it was like, okay, are they being chased by a dinosaur or a witch?
yeah. This one, the director is his name is what the fuck is it? It's Adam Wingard. He did You're Next and The Guest, which I've liked both of those, and he did, I think, a short in the other found footage movie VHS, which I like some of the little short films in that. But he's a competent director. That's the thing, and I don't understand then why he relied on false jump scares so much.
Yeah, that movie had some bad. Okay, so I'd say probably 80 to 90% of the jump scares in that movie were just like their friends. They'd be like,
No,
"What?"
not a single one was related to anything but a false jump scare. Because the other ones weren't like little zingers. The other quote unquote other jump scares were like you see something and it sends like it sends fear through you. Like, oh, that's
Yeah,
kind of
I don't
creepy.
think there was a single jump scare that wasn't like they'd be like looking for their friend in the woods, and when their friend would pop up and be like, "Hey, I'm right here," but every time they did that, it would sound like someone was smacking the side of the camera with a hammer.
I
Like,
know, just
and it
like
was
that.
terrifying.
And I counted one time. One time, 2 of those false jump scares happened within like a 60-second period.
God, it was so annoying. Like after the second one, I was already annoyed. I was like, okay, those are gimmicky. And then they did it like 6 or 7 times throughout the movie.
But you
and I was
kind of
like,
know when
Jesus
to expect
Christ.
them almost.
Yeah,
because it's like when they're looking for someone and they're not responding. Odds
And it's
are
quiet.
Yeah, odds are they're going to appear by just going like that, like through the camera's vision point of view.
Yeah, because this movie was like shot with like everyone had like a little, those little like Bluetooth things people used to wear on their
Were those
ears?
cameras on their heads, or were those little like headsets for them to talk to each
No,
other?
those were cameras, the
Oh.
little ear ones. That's how everyone had their own point of view.
They also had the drone.
And the DSLRs, which throughout the movie, all the cameras would have like cool little glitch effects, but they weren't cool at all because cameras don't do that stuff. And it was
Well, they do.
nauseating.
But they
and-
they glitch up, but that's like in post. Like you'll get like the blue screen or something like that.
Yeah, no, but the cameras
red
that were
screen.
glitching weren't even like they had the DSLR glitching.
No, they
in a
don't glitch
way.
like that.
Yeah.
It's like when you're watching a movie about hacking and it's just kind of like throw down the Delta 9er hack bomb number 3, and then they like click a button and this like animated GIF of like a little rocket goes and hits an animated GIF of a computer.
I've never understood that about Hollywood. Is they just can't get hacking right. It's
You've discussed this a lot. This is like a big. I feel like a lot of like this is of all your film criticism. This is something that you're very passionate about.
it's so funny. Why can't they do it? Why can't they get technology right?
It's funny.
Cell phones, computers.
Yeah, it's funny how Borat does it way better than the other ones because you know how they have those fake titles like like that type of shit.
It's astounding. But anyway, Blair Witch sucked. Don't go see it unless you want to see a shitty movie that you want to spend too much money on.
I will say, I thought the last 10 minutes were pretty somewhat. It was a fun little haunted house section of the movie.
Yeah, but
I thought it was tense. It was definitely tense. It had that moment in there with the claustrophobic moment that
no, it wasn't tense, Ryan, because they were in a house.
Haha.
Yeah, but it was. Okay, I take it back. I'm not gonna say don't see it because I don't want to ever say that.
When it comes out on Netflix, because it ultimately will.
Yeah, then
it
you
has
see
to.
It. Well, I'm not. You shouldn't see it, but if you want to see it, go see it. We saw it with Susie and Chris and Corey, or you might know him as Spaz Kid, and is that all? Yeah.
Yeah, we were all kind of disappointed.
Yeah, a little disappointed
because I like a good horror movie.
I do too. I'm not really that big a fan of horror movies. I don't know.
When they're done right, they're good.
Yeah, definitely.
Like think of like The Shining. I don't know. Someone always said like the best horror is a thriller in disguise. I can't remember who said that, but I think that's a good explanation because like every time I think of like a good horror, they always have this other element within it. Like the monster or the ghost or something is usually it usually means something else, or there's at least another layer to the story that adds suspense rather than loud noises or scary images.
Yeah, and what happened? What happened after the movie, Ryan? When we were all walking out of the movie theater. The dude in the bathroom.
Was that time?
Wasn't it?
Not the dude looking out at us.
Yeah.
That wasn't the time with the Blair Witch because we saw the Blair Witch in one of the front theaters. We saw another movie with Chris in the back theaters, and it was down that hallway where the bathroom was.
Let's tell that story.
What movie was that?
What was the last movie we saw with Chris?
God, it wasn't Sausage Party. That wasn't. It was after Sausage Party.
It was with Ross. It was Kubo.
Oh yeah, Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yeah. So we saw Kubo and the Two Strings with Ross and Chris,
which I think we've discussed before. But
yeah, but
while we were coming out of the movie theater,
we were like the last people in there.
Yeah, there's this. He was shirtless, right? I remember. Yeah, he was shirtless and he was poking his head out of the bathroom and he just stared at us. And he continued. And this is a long hallway, so it's like 20 seconds go by. He's still staring at us. We finally pass him. I and Chris turn back, and he's still staring at us shirtless. I have a theory.
What was he doing in there?
Tell me what you think. This is what I think. I don't know if you have any hypotheses about this, but mine is that he was fornicating in the restroom and was waiting for the coast to clear so that like she could leave or that they could get dressed.
But
or to see if anyone was out there.
Why didn't he put his shirt back on before checking that? Yeah, but that was quite an interesting trip to the movies when there was just that naked man peeking out of the bathroom at us.
Yeah, all those memories.
But anyway, guys.
But overall, so just to kind of, would you recommend someone go see Blair Witch?
No.
Yep, same here.
Not at all.
I wouldn't recommend it. Although I do have to give the movie credit. I thought the last 10 to 15 minutes it's what the rest of the movie should have been. It's kind of. Never mind. I'm gonna go on a rant because there's certain aspects about that last scene that never mind. Fuck it. Never mind. Let's not. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't recommend it. You don't recommend it. Boom. Done. End discussion.
Yeah. But there's some other stuff we want to talk about. There's
unfortunately,
as I'm sure if some of you guys have seen, there's that whole new YouTube Heroes.
YouTube has
program.
wiped its slate clean of shit by just piling on more shit.
Exactly. It's like, you know to get rid of this shit. We drop our slacks and pinch another big one right on top.
That's a big mess. They won't have enough time to think of the poop that's underneath this big pile right
Exactly.
here.
I woke up this morning and I saw Ross was like talking about it and came into the office.
I saw Dolan's tweet about it.
It's so stupid. So basically, if you guys don't know what it is,
they're gamifying YouTube.
Yeah, they're making it so it's like a level system where you can level up and earn points by doing different things in the YouTube community.
Yeah.
And from afar, that's like, oh, yeah, sure, that's a cool idea. I'm not interested in that, but sure, if people want to do that, go ahead. That seems like a cool idea. And they start this video off. It's like this happy, cheerful little video. And it's like, oh, nice. It's going to be a cool little program. And then, the video progresses and it's like, earn points for things like captioning videos, and it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I thought that's an awesome little thing with the whole captioning thing. I fully support that because that'll want people to get points, and it'll force them to go to videos and just put in subtitles, whatever. and I think it'll make it for a better environment for people that are hearing impaired, definitely,
Yeah,
because there's an incentive there. But they produce more poisonous incentives. Matt, you wanna touch a
so
little
it
on that?
continues, and it's like when you move up to the next tier, it's like, oh, what can I do here? I bet it's cool. It's like now you can flag all sorts of videos, and it's like, what?
You want to read? You want me to read this little thing that YouTube released?
Yeah,
Just
go
give it-
ahead.
Okay,
Read it
so
out.
YouTube Heroes is a program designed to recognize and reward the global community of volunteer contributors, meaning the users of the site. These aren't people that have a background or are tested to see if they're trustworthy or anything like that. So that's the first thing. The volunteers help create the best possible YouTube experience for everyone by, and when they mean everyone, they mean a certain group. You can gain points in whatever YouTube experience by flagging inappropriate videos, adding captions and subtitles, as you said, and then sharing your knowledge with users. But a big reward that is concerning is the mass flagging function.
Yeah, once you reach like a certain tier, you're allowed to mass flag videos, and it's like, what? How is that a tier reward?
I don't know.
Basically,
You only need I think it's like the 100 to 399 point range. So if someone gets 100 points, they got it.
yeah, and it's like, why? What benefit would you get out of mass flagging videos unless YouTube doesn't like let's say YouTube hates. Now I don't like him either, but let's just use Leafy as an example. YouTube doesn't like Leafy. They give people this feature, and then people can go and just mass flag like every one of his videos, and then
Well, even going on the opposition of that, Leafy could make a video about someone else and his
tell
fans,
everyone to like go flag their video.
not even tell them, because he does, like, they put the disclaimer, don't go flag and blah
Yeah,
blah
but you
blah,
know what
don't
that
go.
means.
Yeah, but he could just make a video about someone, like iDubbbz when he made this recent video about Leafy. If this system was in place, I bet that a lot of people would have flagged Leafy's video.
Like a big. See, here's the thing. Basically, then you can also like flag comments, and apparently, like if you're high up, you can like remove comments. I don't know how confirmed that is, but it's like. So
yeah, I haven't heard that. So.
They're giving these moderating. Well, in the little animation video, it showed people like flagging and tagging comments and stuff.
Okay,
Like,
so yeah, I guess ultimately removing them. Okay, yeah.
yeah, so it's like they're giving this power, like
to children.
this awful like mob mentality power to remove things that people don't like. Yeah, to basically the group of, because let's be honest, there's a massive majority of the YouTube audience that are very immature kids. And
Mature adults aren't going to spend their time
exactly
doing this.
only kids are going to do this program. So they're putting it in the hands of these awful kids.
Except for the awesome, wonderful people who are adding subtitles and stuff.
Oh yeah, on you guys adding subtitles to our videos.
Although I'm sure there are a lot of young kids that will abuse that and just subtitle.
poopy poopy.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have to be approved subtitles, though.
Undertale is awesome. Well, it depends on the channel. Some channels, like ours, we don't have to approve subtitles. Anyone can add them. Don't abuse that function. But anyway,
Like,
like,
abuse it.
yeah, like I just don't get why they think this is a good idea. And dude, if I get enough points, I can go to the YouTube Heroes Summit.
Do you get a badge and everything?
Probably.
Not even the big YouTubers are invited to this. I bet you they are. I bet you it's like, meet your favorite YouTubers.
Yeah, they're gonna probably invite some big YouTubers and try to get them there. It's just saying like, hey, this whole system we have in place for like moderating videos and like flagging content and stuff. We're gonna go ahead and just pass it all over to the kids that watch YouTube, and they're gonna run it from now on. Or if not run it, they're gonna be the main people in charge of it. So it's just scary because there's these people that have like, let's say like a YouTuber that has 15 million subscribers doesn't like someone, and then their fan base goes out and flags videos, but like so many people start doing it. Like it could ruin a lot of people on YouTube. And then on top of that, I don't even get why this is being implemented in the first place, because there was just this whole, not even a month ago, this whole controversy with the YouTube terms of service about the censorship stuff. Yeah. So it's like, this is just I feel like it's another foot in the water of them being able to take down content they don't like, but they're implementing it in a way that's like, no, well, the community did it. We didn't take it down. The community took it down.
Yeah.
They voted that it was not good for YouTube, so they took it down.
And my fear necessarily isn't that this will be abused to just an ungodly extent.
I'm sure it will, though.
Maybe. But my problem is that it gives people the whole get out of jail free card. Oh, I didn't mean to flag that video. I thought the content was bad. When they could have very well had malicious intent.
Why would anyone need to mass flag videos? Because the only way I could see that ever being like an okay thing would be, let's say, a business has a copyrighted something like a video, and then a lot of people are uploading that, and they own it, so they take it down. It's gonna be hard for some intern to go and like flag every video. So let's just say they see 20 videos that are theirs that have been uploaded. They can just mass flag all those in one swoop. But it's like, why does anyone else need that? Because here's the thing. Business owners and people in the government are not allowed to join the YouTube perks,
quote
like the
unquote.
YouTube Heroes
That's
service.
just there to save their ass.
Yeah, but
They know businesses are going to use it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just hate how friendly they're trying to be about it. I hate how just conniving and just arrogant they think or arrogant they are acting, but how innocent they act like they're trying to be with this stupid video they release where it's all smiles and a happy jingle.
It's like little Walmart commercial music.
Yeah, and it's like it goes mass flagging videos. Doop 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 doop.
Yeah, it's like happy music, and they like throw it in with like subtitling videos, mass flagging videos. It's like, what are they thinking? Do they think that anyone's gonna be like, yes? And then the best part of all, they disabled comments on the video.
Yep.
It's like, no, we don't want to hear your criticism or feedback on this one. We're just gonna.
Yeah. I watched Chris Ray Gun. He did a video, and he's like, "Are they incentivizing people to go out and flag videos? Because I think that's a form of bullying. I think we should go. I'm not saying you should, but I'm just saying, maybe, this video needs to get flagged for bullying." So, I think there's a large group of people actually flagging that YouTube video for, inciting bullying.
Dude.
Technically, it's because it's rewarding people for flagging videos.
It's literally...
People don't need a reason to flag videos. They can just fucking flag them because they want points.
It's reminiscent of, like, a 1984 type thing where it's like, hey, the government will give you points for ratting on people. It's a
disgusting psychological,
You'll get rewarded for reporting these people.
Exactly. It's so...
You're part of the community, but if you report it, we'll give you points. Yeah, but anyway, that's just our opinion on the whole situation. We think it's stupid, and we think YouTube is repeatedly shooting itself in the foot and becoming a platform that more and more people are going to start driving away from, and it's going to cost them a lot of money. And it's going to make them become a very hated website, which it already is becoming. And it's just delegitimizing itself for content creators and making it harder for everyone. And just, overall taking a big poo-poo in its hand and throwing it on everyone.
Or maybe we won't see a big backlash from all this. Maybe it won't actually mean anything and get in the way of creation. And then when something that they don't agree with comes along, they can just silently sweep it under the rug and then point at all they flagged it. They deemed it as
flagged it.
So, yep, that's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to say about that.
I am not a smart man, but I know what love is.
Sounds like Kermit the Frog, mixed with some
That was my Tobuscus impression.
Ryan, climb on my Segway with me.
Okay, where are we going? Where the fuck are we going with this fun little...
I have something coming up. Communion. Let's talk about communion.
Communion?
Let's talk about communion.
Okay.
Yeah. we were talking about this on the Uber to the office. Just
because I was talking about how I can only really have red wine if I have some bread, good baker's bread to dip it in. To dip the bread in the red wine, because it's it tastes good.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think it sounds funny.
Just imagine me just with a gauntlet filled with red wine,
chalice of red wine.
A chalice of red wine, a big loaf of bread. Just
I'm just gonna walk in the living room one night, and you're gonna be sitting out there watching
candles,
or just a little, just a big golden chalice. Wait, hold on, pause for a second. What's the difference between a chalice, a goblet, and a gauntlet? No. A gauntlet's a glove.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Gauntlet's a glove.
So you're gonna fill a glove with wine and dip some bread in there.
There's some. They have soda drink hats. They gotta have something with a glove.
Wine gloves.
Yeah, wine gloves.
Yo, what the? How would that even?
Kickstarter. Go.
At my church growing up.
You had wafers, didn't you?
Yeah, we had these little styrofoam-esque wafers that
they were styrofoam.
Pretty much, but
it's pretty much they took a styrofoam cup, ripped it into pieces, and gave it to you and said it. They were just little wafers.
That's bread. It's like they flattened styrofoam. But my mom told me it's actually a type of bread from the Middle East or something. I really always enjoyed it though, and I'm sure a lot of people listening can relate. Those little circular discs for communion.
I've had them before, but I went to it was when I was at a Catholic church.
Oh, they're so good. I don't know why. Oh, I wasn't Catholic. I was Anglican, I think.
Why did they have those at a Catholic church? Usually they'd have the real shit.
Well, Catholic Church communion is like big shit.
Well, yeah, because you're devouring Christ.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure Catholics believe that that's the actual blood and body of Christ, and not just like a symbolic, representation of his blood and body. Because I mean, Jesus
Pray
Christ,
he don't have AIDS.
they're eating him every week, dude. He's not
Uh-oh.
gonna have much body and blood left.
That's not good.
No. But how do you do communion in your church?
We would. There's a big loaf of bread, and then of course like this little chalice, I guess you would say, of a big thing. They'd get the bigger, I guess the better members of the church, and they dip their bread in that. And then in other portions, they would have these little cups that you would just sip out of. You would sip grape juice out of it.
Yeah. Now here's the
and
thing.
then you'd eat the bread along with it. It was like back and forth. Either you dipped it in the chalice or you drank from a little like medicine cup.
Yeah, and see, my church, it was just a big massive chalice filled with wine.
My skin is crawling. This sounds so weird. It's like we're in a cult.
Yeah,
It
so
sounds
like,
so culty.
at my church, it was like a big chalice, and then people would just one by one come sip out of it, and I'm just shocked. Like, how does that not spread sickness? Is it because it's alcohol, and alcohol is like a natural antiseptic?
I promise you, that's not the reason people. I'm pretty
How do
sure
people not
got,
get sick from?
I'm pretty sure people got sick. If people were sick, I don't think they'd come to church.
Yeah, but like everyone was always
they
at church,
would.
and you would think that like if one person was sick, everyone would get it, and then or something like that. Like that never seemed to happen because you would think that like there would always be massive amounts of people that were missing from church. Like
He had that fucking Jesus rag to wipe the lip juice off of the rim of the cup.
I just remember like seeing people in front of me just like pursing their lips and just like because it's impossible to take a sip of something without a little bit of backwash.
Why don't
Like,
you just dip the
scientifically-
bread in there then?
That's what I did every time. I never took a sip out of it, but even I'm dipping my bread in spit wine. It's wine that a million old people have. Like I guarantee, someone in that congregation ate some ass the night before. At least one person in that congregation ate ass the night before. Statistically speaking, it was a big church. Someone got freaky, ate some ass, and didn't brush their teeth that morning. They take a sip, and I got some ass in my Jesus juice.
When I think of communion, I think of one of those pictures like, what's missing? And it's like there should be an empty spot in the middle of like everyone with like the fucking chalice of red wine and like the bread and all of them like in a circle. And then in the middle, you like click on it and it's a beheaded goat. Like it feels like a beheaded goat should be at the front of the
Everyone
chapel.
comes up and takes a little like sip of the blood from its head. Just
Yeah. No, they break off the horn and fill it with the red wine.
They like hollow out the skull and everyone takes a sip from its mouth. Yeah, that was communion for me.
That's what communion
it was
is.
actually my favorite part of church growing
Of course
up.
it is.
'Cause it's
Of
like,
course it is.
I get to get up. I don't have to sit anymore. I get to get up and I get to drink a little booze.
You don't need to sing nonsense songs.
I don't have to sing songs at all.
You don't need. Basically, every song was singing the Pledge of Allegiance.
Just with God
Yeah,
replaced.
yeah. I like hymnals though. I like that word, a hymn.
Hymnal? We didn't sing
hymnal.
hymnals. We sang at my church like contemporary rock music. We had like
Because you had those early services, right?
no,
I'm pretty
wait, it was like my church started like 10:45.
Did you have wooden chairs or were they like
Nope.
little metal seats?
No, it's just regular chairs with like very soft padding.
Yeah, so
like
you're
this.
very modern.
Yeah, it was a modern church.
We had two options. It was either you go to early service or late service. Early service was like with the electric guitar and they had a projector, and then late service was like the boring, just kind of
Why did-
fa sol la ti do.
Why'd they do that? Because old people wake up before young
Well, I
people.
think they also had the quote unquote late service at the same time as the early service. So they had
Oh, okay.
two they had two boring services and then one service that was slightly less boring with electric guitars.
Yeah, my church had like a little church next to it that was part of the church that was like wooden seats or pews, I guess, and then like an
Pew.
organ
Pew pew.
and PewDiePie would.
Aha.
But yeah, it was that was my church experience.
What a fun church. Our church bought like this house across the street and we called it The Rock.
That's actually where Dwayne Johnson lived.
Yeah, because we were like The Rock. We were something youth ministries. It was like, I don't know.
Wait a
Rock Solid Youth Ministries is what we were.
I
But I'm sure a
was-
bunch of other people have that name.
Wait, Ryan, you were
Yeah.
telling me about this in the Uber. What?
Mhm.
Tell me about the dude that worked at your church.
Can I give him a? Can I give him?
Give him a name. Let's name him
okay.
Arnold. Arnold's a
Okay,
good name.
Arnold. So this pudgy man. Probably he looked like he was 40 or 50. He had like a mustache and, kind of grandpa glasses, except I don't know how to explain it. His name was Arnold, and he had kind of like boil type looking things on his face. I don't know how else. I'm just describing this man to you.
When you say boil, you mean like big red shiny like?
Not big red shiny. It was just kind of like skin colored, but lumps on his skin.
No, like leprosy.
And like when he
Probably
talked,
had leprosy.
when he talked, his like chin jiggled.
He had jowls.
Yeah, and so he worked in the youth group, and he would like help facilitate the goings on of the youth group and go on trips with the youth group. All the kids that are it's like in between I think middle school and high school. Like because once you get out of high school, you go to the college classes or whatever. And then one day he didn't show up.
What?
Yeah, one day he didn't show up. Arnold, poor old Arnold didn't show up.
Why didn't he show up, dude?
He didn't show up because he got caught with child porn on his personal computer. Or maybe I'm giving him too much credit. Maybe they were VHS tapes. I don't know how
maybe he had him in a little shoebox in his closet.
Yeah,
with little Polaroids.
I don't know how he garnered these or what device they were on, but he had child porn. And it's weird. The adults came and they got the youth group together. It's like, okay, we need to talk about something serious. Arnold? Remember Arnold? Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, Arnold,
I know. Like, Arnold, I love Arnold. Because he's just a big, lovable guy. And then he's like, yeah, he got caught with, he had child pornography on his computer.
I love that he told you.
And everyone in the youth group, in the youth group was silent. But it wasn't that like, what a monster. Like, oh my God, it was like, poor guy. I remember everyone in the youth group was like, is he going to be okay? Wait, he's going to jail?
Like he said something horrible happened to him.
Yeah, and it's like, can we write him a card? And I remember a group of us like got together and like started signing it like a card and like writing messages like, we love you, Arnold. We miss you. Oh, hope you return soon. Like stuff like that. And I don't know if the card went out, but could you imagine?
I feel like the adults probably threw that away.
They should have, because could you imagine at the jail, Arnold's sitting down and he's like, the cops are like, you're in some deep shit.
Like, no, I don't have anything to do with kids. Guys, come on.
Yeah.
And then they get something came in the mail for you, Arnold. He opens it up. It's a note from all these kids.
From all these kids with like crayons and markers and
saying
shit.
We love you.
I know.
We hope you'll be back soon.
We probably put him away good if that got sent to him.
You guys put him under the jail with that card. That was like, he probably could have gotten like 2 years like in prison and then some probation or something. Or like parole or whatever. I don't know how it works. But like then like they get this and it goes straight to the evidence room and he's away for like 2 decades now because of that card.
No, I'm not going to say whether or not he was innocent or guilty. That's the story that was told to me. And I used a different name, of course, to protect the identity of this wonderful youth group extraordinaire leader,
funny.
Man. Oh, Arnold.
I just love how everyone's like, no.
I know. It's like, I remember I was sad. I was like, no way. And I talked to my mom about it. My mom was like, yeah, that's not good. that's not good.
When I was in 6th grade, I was really good friends with this guy named Felix. And
how's it going, bros?
What? Oh, I got off the bus one day and like my mom picked me up and she's like driving me home and she was like, hey honey, I have some bad news. And I was like, what's up, Mom? And she was like, Felix had been hit by a car and passed away. And I just started like bawling in the backseat of the car because he was my friend. And I was like,
Jesus Christ.
He was my friend. And she's like, I know, sweetie, I know. Turns out she was talking about my neighbor's dog, Felix, that got hit by a car. And she just forgot to mention that it was the dog and not my friend Felix. So I just remember like being in tears in the back of the car and being like, he was my friend.
They're worth the same thing to her.
Yeah, exactly. And like, and then finally my mom was like, I meant the dog. And it was like the biggest moment of relief. But
at the end of the day, the dog still's dead.
Yeah, well, the dog was mean. The dog didn't deserve to die because it was mean. The only memories I have of that dog was a really old, mean dog that tried to bite people and then went into the street.
I don't understand, like, that would suck to get a bad dog.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're stuck with it.
Yeah, I'm lucky with Lego. Like, I mean, he's a nuisance and he's dumb. So, a lot of the time. I wouldn't say dumb. He's more clumsy than dumb.
Yeah, he's really clumsy. He doesn't take in his size into account.
Yeah, he thinks that he's a small little puppy.
And then he'll like jump up on the couch when like 6 people are on it and like smack everyone with his tail.
But I love him. He's a good dog, and I think I got lucky with him. But I couldn't imagine getting like a dog. Like if I got Lego and he was just constantly like growling and barking at anyone who came near him. And like even I was the only one that got to pet him or anything. Like he would
that'd be
always nip
awful.
at people.
That'd
Like
be so bad.
that'd be horrible.
'Cause you'd also have to be scared that he would like attack a smaller dog or something.
Yeah.
'Cause
He
he's
does bark at other dogs.
Yeah, he does like to go bow. And it scared it. His bark is so sharp. It's very like
Annoying.
it's very jarring when you hear it. It's like, ah.
Like, please stop.
Especially if it's like nighttime, you're taking him out for a walk and it's all silent, and when he just barks and it's like, oh.
I get mad at him. I'm trying to tell him not to, but he
Gotta
doesn't.
beat it out of him, boy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't. Banana's an asshole, but I don't think he's a bad cat. But I think he does have a lot of asshole tendencies, like knocking.
He's not the best behaved cat.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not
when
a
it
bad
comes to
cat,
other
though.
people, or learning to like getting along with new people.
Yeah,
he gets used to people though.
I mean, it's a cat though. They're not always the best with new people. But like, what really pisses me off about Banana, I don't know why. If there's an open drink,
Swallowed the fly.
What?
Nothing.
If there's an open drink on like a counter or a table, he'll wait until no one's around and he'll knock it off.
Yep.
Like every time. Like, say there's an open Gatorade bottle, he'll knock it off. The other day, we went and got lunch at like this healthy place, and I got carrot juice, and like I brought it home, and it was in like a closed cup, like a plastic cup with a straw and lid.
Yeah.
And I had it on the table, and like I went in my room, and I came back out, and he had knocked it on the floor, and like the floor's like orange, and I had to like clean it up for like 20 minutes to get the orange out. So Banana, if you're listening to this, you're an asshole.
Aw.
He's at home right now, just like, I was just trying to get your attention.
You fucking bastard.
I just want to look. He's greasy. I gotta give him a bath. He's actually getting greasy.
Lego's just getting all full. His hair is getting really long.
He's getting a little ratty with his hair.
Yeah.
You gotta get a pair of shears and just.
Yeah. I need to go take him to Petco.
Dude, what I'm saying, we used to do it with my golden. You should get him like not just haircut, but you should get him like actually trimmed, because they're all fuzzy and soft, and it's so cute.
Yeah.
It's not like buzz cut soft. It's like stuffed like teddy bear soft. Because
Really?
it's still short.
Yeah.
But it's like puffy, kind of like fuzzy, and they don't shed, and they're like they don't get hot because of, and God knows our AC breaks every other day at our apartment.
Mine's finally working well.
Well, I
It's
left
not
mine
dripping
running today.
anymore.
Basically, what our ACs do is, so our apartment's like 3 rooms. My room, living room, and Ryan's room. There's like kitchen and bathrooms and closets, but those are subdivisions of other rooms. So we have 3 AC units in our apartment, and like they're not. Here's the thing:
The company doesn't exist anymore.
yeah, the company does. Like our AC like was giving us error codes, because that's a little like digital screen on it. It was giving us error codes. So I went to go look it up, and like the company dissolved like 3 years ago. It doesn't exist anymore. And same with like all the PDFs of like the how to work the AC. Like they're just gone offline. So these ACs, I'm not surprised the company doesn't exist, because probably I'd say at least once a month they break, and we have to call someone. And the guy that works at our building to fix these things doesn't really do anything.
He lost his tools one time.
Yeah, we're walking out of our apartment to go to work one morning, and he's like, "Hey, your boy's seen my tools?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I misplaced my tool set." And I was like, "Fuck, what do you mean you misplaced your tool set? How did you lose your tools? Like, did you leave them in someone's apartment? I don't understand." But so basically what our AC does is it broke during the biggest heat wave of the year in Los Angeles, which, by the way, was also when Jacksepticeye was staying at our apartment. So we had like guests staying with us, and it was 108 degrees outside one day, and our AC is not working. And then basically like our AC gets fixed, and it breaks again, gets fixed, breaks again. This is like in a week.
Yeah.
And we put in like 10 requests, and they never came. And finally they brought us like a temporary one. But the other way,
I love that temporary one.
Oh, it was great.
Feels so cool. I might just want to get one, because I love a cold room.
That was like an industrial one though. That was probably like $600-700.
I'll dip into my life savings.
Ask your mom for the money. Like, Mom, can I get your can you die soon so I can get the money from your will and get a nice industrial air conditioning?
Yeah. Cecile's visiting us soon.
She is. She's coming this week.
Saturday she arrives.
She's coming this week.
Ooh.
But anyway, then
like
what our
y'all are gonna
AC
have a good
does?
time.
What?
Nothing.
Our AC will just start pouring out water, like all 3 of them. Well, not the one in the living room, but the one in my room and your room. They'll just start fucking pouring out water, like out of nowhere.
I wish it was at a convenience. Like, hey, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, exactly. And I could just walk over and like get my little chalice,
Yeah.
fill it up with some AC water, take a sip. But like they keep doing that, and it's pouring water all over the floor and like warping the wood. And I'm getting really scared that I'm gonna get charged for that.
Yeah.
But
we know how all of you love a good talk about air conditioning unit malfunctions, and we're glad that we could supply you with that.
Absolutely.
We're sorry this is going to be one of the shorter-ish episodes of the podcast.
No.
I know, because Chris and his friends need to record, and we share a recording space, and
Yeah, we gotta. They're all waiting outside. Chris and Spaz Kid and
Ding
Ding Dong
Dong
and
Julian.
Julian. Those great American boys. They got to record some stuff. So we got to get out of the recording room. But anyway, guys, next week we'll have some new topics for you. We got some guests planned. I know we've been saying that. We just haven't been able to get the guests on. We haven't booked.
You're not lying. We have them planned.
Yeah, we have them booked, and like they're agreed. We just can't get them on because we're recording the podcast so late every night because we're so busy with work. But we're on like a plan right now to get more backlogged with all the channels we edit
Hopefully we'll
for
implement this
next
coming week. Yeah.
So we're gonna be less busy hopefully in the coming weeks and months, so we can devote more time to this channel and bring you guys more quality grade A content. So thank you guys so much for listening. The podcast is on iTunes, drops on iTunes every Saturday. And if you want to see the podcast early, it's going to be on YouTube every Thursday. But you already know that because you're listening to it on one platform or the other. So guys, again, thank you so much for listening. Stop!